In 1345, Florence defaulted on its bonds, wiping out the savings of thousands of citizens and plunging the city into chaos. The Republic's credit was destroyed and trust in government finance evaporated. But in the wreckage, a new kind of bank emerged, one built on family, secrecy, and a radical idea that money could buy immortality. Giovanni di Bicci de' Medici, a modest wool merchant, founded the Medici Bank in 1397 with 10,000 florins. He avoided risky loans to princes, preferring steady trade and papal business. By 1429, the bank had branches from London to Constantinople, and Giovanni was one of Florence's richest men. But he never held political office. When Giovanni died in 1429, his son Cosimo inherited a fortune and a dilemma: stay in the shadows or seize power. In 1433, rival Albizzi had Cosimo arrested and exiled. But Cosimo returned in triumph a year later, backed by popular support and Medici money. He became the uncrowned ruler of Florence. Cosimo understood that wealth alone was fleeting. He spent lavishly on art and architecture, funding Brunelleschi's dome, Donatello's David, and the first public library. Each commission was a calculated investment in prestige, binding the city's soul to the Medici name. Art became their political weapon. The Medici Bank's most lucrative client was the Pope. In 1462, Cosimo's grandson Lorenzo negotiated a deal to manage papal alum mines, securing a monopoly on a critical dye fixative. This gave the bank a steady stream of profit and immense leverage over Europe's textile industry, and made the Medici indispensable to Rome. Lorenzo de' Medici, Cosimo's grandson, took over in 1469 at age 20. Charismatic and ruthless, he crushed conspiracies and patronized Michelangelo and Botticelli. But his spending was reckless. He drained the bank to fund his political ambitions and lavish lifestyle, ignoring the warning signs of decline. On April 26, 1478, the Pazzi family, backed by Pope Sixtus IV, attacked Lorenzo and his brother Giuliano during Mass. Giuliano was stabbed 19 times and died. Lorenzo escaped with a wound. The conspiracy failed to topple Medici power, but it revealed the depth of hatred they inspired and the fragility of their grip. By the 1480s, the Medici Bank was bleeding. Branch managers in Bruges and London made reckless loans to nobles, and Lorenzo's political distractions left the bank unmanaged. In 1494, 2 years after Lorenzo's death, the bank collapsed, unable to cover its debts. The financial engine of the Renaissance sputtered and died. In 1494, the Medici were expelled from Florence. The Dominican friar Savonarola seized power, preaching against luxury and corruption. In 1497, he held the bonfire of the vanities, burning art, books, and cosmetics. The Medici's world of beauty and excess was literally reduced to ashes. The Medici returned in 1512, but their power was never the same. They became dukes, then grand dukes, but their bank was gone. The family that had financed the Renaissance now depended on foreign loans and political marriages. The Golden Age was over. The Medici's rise and fall was a financial drama. They created modern banking, debenture bookkeeping, letters of credit holding companies, and used it to fund genius. But their failure to separate the bank's capital from the family's ambition led to ruin. The lesson: even the mightiest fortune cannot survive reckless management. Today, Florence is a museum of Medici patronage. The Uffizi, the Pitti Palace, the David, all funded by a bank that no longer exists. The Medici understood that money could buy beauty, but not permanence. Their legacy is a warning. Finance can create civilization, but only if it is disciplined.